Hey everybody, this is Rick V with Suncoast Garage. Thank you for tuning in again. So today we're going to review a 2018 Tesla Model 3, and I'm going to give you exactly my thoughts on why you should or should not buy this vehicle. This is the 2018 Tesla Model 3. After some delays in production, I finally got my hands on this vehicle. I have to say, it's been probably one of the best purchases that I've ever made. When I first got the car, I was worried about the glass roof, since I live in the state of Florida and I have a child, about the heat being trapped inside the cabin. But the roof has actually proven itself to keep the heat out pretty well, even with black leather seats. The car has tons of technology, like forward enhanced collision and enhanced autopilot, which is not an enhanced cruise control like some people try to state that it is. The car is way beyond its time, and there's nothing better than a premium inside the Tesla Model 3, and I have to say that it's probably one of the most redefining vehicles in the automotive industry, and I think any Tesla model actually has redefined the way we drive a vehicle. After driving one of these cars, you will feel that a gasoline car becomes super primitive. Even have the same suspension system as the Model S and the Model X have, which more, I think they're on airbags if I'm not mistaken. Whereas the Tesla Model 3 just has conventional suspension, just like a regular gasoline car, that even though it still feels a very, very premium drive. So there's been a lot of talk about reliability and durability of these vehicles. Something about production, and these vehicles are, having some quality issues that people are complaining about. I've had it for 6 months of ownership so far, and I have to say it's been probably one of my best purchases. So when we started this, I said, should you or should you not buy a Tesla Model 3? Well, my review is you should. It'll probably be the most refreshing purchase that you're ever going to have of buying a vehicle. What I mean by refreshing is that it is unlike any other vehicle that you will ever drive in your life, until, I don't know, they make flying cars or something.
Please hang up and...
The Tesla Model 3, when it comes to reliability, has been super reliable, has been super efficient, even with the electric charge. And I live in a state that is divided amongst people who are progressive and not so progressive. And what I mean by that, that there are some counties in my state where there is absolutely not even a regular charging station. Nonetheless, there's going to be a supercharging station, and still, but to do road trips to nearby cities that are about 2-4 hour drives. So not completely inconvenient. So some people are worried about that. When it comes to maintenance of the vehicle, it's just a tire rotation about every 7,500 miles, and that's it. Besides some washer fluid, I haven't really had to do much. Oh yeah, and I have to update the vehicle, just like your cell phone. You have to keep it up to date. There are some cons about the vehicle, and I will talk about this now. So some cons about this vehicle is that it is not completely family friendly. The space in this vehicle could be a lot better, but it has more of a sporty design to it, where you're laying very low to the ground. For a family like mine, probably not the best, or actually not the most comfortable, because it is a very good car. We don't regret the purchase whatsoever, but the lack of more usable space definitely has its drawbacks, especially when you have a child. Of course, guys, that is not a big drawback. There is the Model Y that just launched not so long ago for people like myself who have a bigger family, and we can always go and upgrade to a bigger vehicle. So Tesla has definitely kept in mind that it is not in the market of crossovers, and that they should be in the market of crossovers, and that's probably why they launched so soon the Model Y. Very similar to the Model 3, just a little bit bigger, and it includes a 3-row seater, so don't think the car is so small. I'm really amazed by the battery in this vehicle. You know, my biggest worry, and I think anybody's biggest worry, is, well, the battery lasts when you first purchase the vehicle, but would it last if, you know, if 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line? How reliable is the battery in this vehicle? Do I have to change the battery? Well, the question is, eventually, yes, you have to change the battery in a Tesla if you want to keep it longer. But personally, I rent cars through Turo, and I've met some really cool people, and I've rented some really nice rides. And one of the rides that I rented was a Tesla Model S. The gentleman who rented to me the Model S, he has several Teslas, Tesla including the Model 3, the Model S. I think he also has the Model X now. I have to, keep in touch with him. But anyways, coming back to the topic, so, the Model S that he rented me had 120,000 miles, and he barely has done anything to that car. And that's one of the main reasons that I was so encouraged to buy a Tesla. At 120,000 miles, over 5 years of use, he obviously took care of the car, because this car drove amazingly well, and was really amazingly well taken care of inside. The leather and this whole screen and everything was really, really, you could tell it was really garage kept. And I can, I'm the same way, so I take care of my vehicles, and I was like, that is a big selling point for electric vehicles. When we think about electric vehicles versus gasoline vehicles, and when it comes to changing the battery and stuff, you can really get the use out of an electric vehicle before ever trading it in. And you're going to have a pretty reliable vehicle for probably a good decade. Don't quote me on that, but I'm crossing my fingers. Guys, so myth busted. Driving the Tesla Model 3 will probably be one of the best experiences that you'll ever have, and I think that buying this vehicle will probably be one of the best purchases that you're going to make in this decade. Reliability, durability, so far so good, and from what I hear from other Tesla owners, you're okay. Now, one of the drawbacks of a Tesla Model 3, if you have a family like I do, please consider the crossover or the Model Y. Or if you have more, buy the Tesla Model X. Anyways, this is a great vehicle, suspension, premium drive. Also, you have enhanced autopilot that no other vehicle offers on the road, and it's going to become even better as the updates continue to launch. If you like this video, please click subscribe below, and thank you for tuning in to Semco's Garage.